Well, we didn't want him to leave any time on the clock. Just make the shot, end the game, get the win. And it was a huge shot. It was a great game for us because we had to navigate through a lot of things, and just finding a way to win in the end is the most important thing. And Washington, I thought, played really well. And then finally, we caught a little rhythm in the fourth. Dug our way out of that hole, and that team was hustling like crazy, flying around, got going into the open floor a little bit. They made plays, made some big shots. I thought Quentin gave us some really good minutes. I thought Obi and Julius were terrific. That group that we finished with, RJ and Derek, it was good. And that's the way the season goes. There's a lot of different things that happen. And then you start to search when you get in a hole like that, and you find something, a group that's working well, and you let them go. And they did a really good job.
Preseason is over. The NBA season is soon to start. Fans are gearing up for the long ride, and players and coaches are working on their last few kinks. It's the NBA, baby. If we go off the preseason when analyzing the Knicks, we're left with the feeling like there's much more to do, and there's much more to look forward to. So before the season starts, let's look at some of the things we learned and go over some of the things the Knicks can work on, starting with their defense, which didn't get terribly bad, but there was a drop-off. Starting with our guards, who we really should make do with, because they, being Walker, Rose, and Quick, will command much of the minutes, leaving us vulnerable on defense. Mainly due to size, but vulnerable nonetheless. Should we be worried about this? Well, time will tell. And being that we didn't have Mitch and Noel during that stretch, Mitch only playing the last game, we really don't know how our defense will end up. Our main downfall was interior coverage, and since our two best rim defenders weren't on the court, I can have some hope that things will eventually get better. Plus, there is some upside. RJ Barrett being one of them. Since the departure of Bullock, he knew he would have to be better at this. He spoke up about realizing his role, and from what he showed, he took it seriously. RJ not only defends, but he locks you up. I'm talking, haul you to the precinct, throw away the key, lock you up. And not one of his assignments went cold case. The same could be said when talking about Obi Toppin. I mentioned last video about him using his athleticism when blocking shots, and boy, has he blocked shots using his athleticism. With these two up in their defense, there might be hope when our guards need to be hid from their defensive duties. Because we'll need them on the court, and it shows. We saw Rose bail us out plenty of games last season, and it seems like the saga will continue. I mean, no shade at Randall or RJ, but when defenses focus on you, there has to be another option, which leads me to a positive: offense. Our offense looks good, and barring injury, I see the Knicks putting up buckets. Sure, Kemba's rusty, and Evan tries to include others too much. But I see something when these four are on the court. From the spacing, shooting, and passing, I look forward to seeing those games where we score 70 in the first half off the play of our starters. They all have the ability to shoot and drive, so we can look forward to more pace in the offense. The Knicks had an offensive rating of 113, putting them second among teams in the preseason. Not to mention an average of 15 threes made per game, putting us third. And yeah, I know you're gonna say, well, it's the preseason. Bro, these games don't matter. And I'll counter with, yeah, they do. See, the purpose of preseason is building of chemistry, and chemistry helps teams win. So having preseason matters when a teammate wants to gel, and that's the method of Tom Tibbs' madness. See, Tom preaches playing together. He mentions it all the time, so you know it gotta be special. So when Leon and Wes scouted players, they knew to get locker room guys. Evan, Kemba are both respected in the league. They don't come off as arrogant, and they play for their team. They both can score off the ball and off the dribble, so they won't take up space when it comes to Randall and RJ getting their shine. The only thing I wonder about is closing games from the defensive perspective and also offense perspective. Who is going to take the last shot out of the four? Who's going to take that last defensive assignment? Will it be one, or will it be a collective effort? Ending games with the intensity we witnessed last season. The road doesn't start easy. There's a Boston team ready to ball, and we are their targets. So buckle up and get comfy, because the real test starts now. I want to thank you for dropping by, and if you want to support, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel and want to stay up to date on all my latest videos, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, lead by example.